Hello all, welcome back to Castle. Today we are going to discuss Dragon Age Veilguard. Alright, I have played this game for about 40-ish hours and I'm sure that you have heard how bad it is and it's all true. That being said, I'm going to give my own personal view on it. Some stuff that bothers me and it isn't all bad. There is some good stuff in it. There is a good video game here. Unfortunately, they chose to make what they made. That being said, let's get into it. The positives of the game. It is solid. It runs fairly well. There are a few times, especially whenever you get up close to like the borders of the game that it gives you, where the camera cannot handle it and it just goes bonkers. Other than that, that's about the only little critique I could have about the visuals of it and how well it runs. Uh, the combat at first is interesting, and then once you figure out that the NPCs at best have four moves, that's all, and they're all identical. Your range NPCs only have two things at best. Your hand to hand combat, whenever you get in close quarters, they have four at best, maybe five if it's a boss. Dragons, that's I haven't fought too many dragons yet, so we'll leave them out of this for right now. All in all, it's very simple and it kind of gets boring. And it's one of them things where the most exciting thing about the combat is the little special moves you get to do and different things. Outside of that, it's kind of meh. Uh, the story, the voice acting is really hit and miss. There's a lot of bad. There's a lot of bad, and then there is some good. And oddly enough, the best voice acting so far comes from the older characters that have already been established. I'm not even going to mention that name. Morgan, she does a pretty good job when she's on screen. She's Morgan. Solus does a pretty good job voice. I mean, they convey their emotions a lot better than the newer ones. The newer ones are just dry. They're just sound like they're there to get a paycheck, for lack of a better word. What else do I want to get into? The laughable, just absolutely, the puzzles is absolutely one of the cringiest things. They are so elementarily simple. There again, I'm not a fan of puzzles, and I don't hate. I'm one of them things. It depends on, you know, what kind of mood I'm in. I mean, I've solved Tomb Raider puzzles, which would make this look like China. I mean, these puzzles would make Tomb Raider's puzzles look like Chinese chess. That's just how simple these puzzles are. And once you figure them, and there's only like three types. Once you figure them out, there's nothing else to them. They're really simple. Uh, the romances are really meh so far. I'm not really getting into that. Your creator, your character creator. Wow, there was a lot of lies told when this game launched. There's no nudity. There's no. I mean, if you're making a female, there's only her assets only get so proportionate before it's just. And it struck with a term I have come to call IBTS, which is itty bitty titty syndrome. Not making fun of it. I'm just saying whoever made these decisions was scared of larger, more feminine looking females, for lack of a better word. And what else is there? I mean, there is so much to go over about this game. The exploration is very hurt in this game. It's very hurt. There's only so many places you can go. It isn't. It's more if you're going to do a lot of exploring, a lot of it is you have to get up to high places, and it's one of them things where it can be a little tricky. But once I have discovered something that makes it way easier. But and I will show that later on a live stream. Is it woke? Yes. It's so far it's not ultra woke. It's not some beating you in the head with it. It's in between a 1 and a 2 for me personally. I can somewhat tolerate it. And the most fun I have had with this game so far, and I am not making this up, you can go watch my video with it live or recorded and on my other channel, where you walk up to an owl statue. I am not making this up. And you hoot at the owl, and the stone owl hoots back at you. And I absolutely lost my. I couldn't contain it. That was probably the funniest thing I've seen in the video game, and the most interesting thing. Because I'm like, what is the point of this? Because you don't get anything. At least I don't remember getting anything. And I'm convinced there's more of them, and I want to find them just for the fun of it. If I were to rate the game right now, the old school Dragon Age fan in me would give this a 5 out of 10 for what they did to Isabella, and I would like to punch the individual personally in the face for making the decision that he made. That pissed me off, and that really, it didn't take me long after that. I kind of quit playing the game that night because I just couldn't handle it no more. But if I want to be critical about it and take my fan self out of the equation, I would probably rate it a 6 out of 10. And that's as high as I can go right now with it. This video game is very much almost a carbon copy of Inquisition. There is difference, but it's very similar in a lot of respects. Your team members, they are very similar. Some of them sex change. That's about it. Your mission is to take down this elven god, which is basically Corypheus times 2. This time they both have blighted dragons. I mean, it's literally almost the same identical script. Solus gives you a castle in the Fade, just like he gives you a castle in the mountains in Inquisition. I'm serious. It is so one for one. Only it's a little more rushed. And you don't have that same epic feeling when you get to Skyhold and you have this music and you're like, holy, you don't have that here. Not even somewhat. It's just, oh my God, we destroyed these symbols. We ruined his ritual. Oh, by the way, you're now hooked. I'm going to hook you up with this in the Fade. Oh, thanks. And that's it. Solus is made out to be kind of, sort of the bad guy. It's very, I don't know what they're trying to do with that. They're trying to justify it. And I'm going to spoil something because I want people to know about it. Something that I knew I was right about, even though I could have been wrong. And I do believe, moving forward, this is the way it's going to be unless they change it. And also, one other thing before I get into that, this game feels like a soft reboot on Dragon Age. My opinion only. Now, spoilers. I'm going to count to 3. If you're still here, please leave. It's on you if you're here after 3. 1, 2, 3. Solus is the maker. I know. And there's a lot of people going to argue with this. You can't argue it. I'm sorry. Solus is the maker. I said this after Inquisition, and I got a lot of blowback about it. This game proves me right. But wait, I'm not done. If this game, and it implies heavily that the Andraste's faith is based on the maker, which Solus was the maker, and he did all that stuff. I mean, it literally, is almost word for word the line of chant. It is. Whatever you, however you want to look at it. Flemeth Mathal is Andraste, and I called it. And I still, even though they still say that she's dead, I still don't believe she's dead. Because according to all the other ones, she's already died once. We'll see. Like I said, I haven't finished the game yet. That rating could go down, could go up. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to be as fair to the game as I can be. And I know everybody, I've been made aware of a certain scene that I haven't seen yet. A certain part in the game that I haven't seen yet. That's supposed to be ultra cringe. I haven't seen it. I've just been told about it. That being said, it's all I've got for today. Are you guys playing the game? Are you enjoying it? Are you watching anybody play it? Are you watching me? You're more than welcome to come here and check it out. That being said, that's all I've got for today. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I will see you guys next video.